There are plenty of contenders for the top 10 deadliest insects. Forget great white sharks and grizzly bears, insects are actually the most dangerous group of animals in the world to humans. This is in a large part due to their proficiency at carrying and spreading deadly diseases from malaria to the Black Death. Many species of insect feed on vertebrate blood, putting them in a prime position to carry nasty bacteria, viruses, and parasites from victim to victim, and often from animal to human. This list of deadly insects will cover such disease carriers, as well as those that can kill through toxic stings and bites, and even by destroying our crops. Insects have been implicated in major history-defining events, from devastating plagues to colonial expansions, and their effects have shaped our own human evolution.
Size really can be deceptive.
Before you're starting to watch the video, please subscribe our channel and like the videos. Number 10.
Deer tick.
Deer ticks are found in many parts of the US and can pose the threat of Lyme disease. Once a person is infected with Lyme disease, they experience symptoms that start with a rash and fever, and if not treated quickly, get progressively worse and include joint and heart problems. Number 9.
Assassin caterpillar.
In 8th place is the fabulously named assassin caterpillar. Although its name perhaps overstates the kill count of this caterpillar, it is responsible for a number of fatalities. The larval stage of the giant silkworm moth, this caterpillar is known as the world's deadliest. Its toxicity comes from its venom, injecting bristles that function as a defense mechanism against predators.
The venom is stored in a sac at the base of each hollow bristle, and when a bristle punctures the skin of a victim, the venom flows through.
The toxins have anticoagulant properties, disrupting blood's ability to clot properly.
Symptoms include a burning sensation, vomiting, kidney failure, internal bleeding, and in rare cases, death.
Number 8. Human botfly. The human botfly is a parasitic insect and often lives underneath the skin. Female botflies attach their eggs to mosquitoes and muscoid flies. Then, when a person is bit by a mosquito or muscoid fly, the larvae have an entrance into their skin and can cause painful pus-filled raised lesions. Number 7.
Fire ants.
Another group of insects that can cause human fatalities through anaphylaxis are the fearsome fire ants. Members of the genus Solenopsis, which contains over 200 species, these stinging ants clamp down onto the skin of their victim and inject a powerful and painful venom, which some people are deathly allergic to. For most people, however, the worst you will experience is a burning sensation and raised pustules at the sting site. Number 6. Asian giant hornet. Also alarmingly known as the murder hornet, the world's biggest species of wasp, has caused alarm in recent years due to the fears that it could become an established invasive species in the UK and US species in the UK and USA. The reason for its brutal moniker is its perceived aggressiveness, and although it is true that they can be dangerous to humans for the same reason that honeybees are, it is not people they are likely to murder, but bees. These hornets feed on other insects and have an astonishing capacity to decimate whole hives of honeybees. They kill off the worker bees until the workforce is severely depleted and then enter the hive and take the larvae too.
Number 5. Bees and wasps. Outside of disease carriers, there are actually very few insects that are dangerous, venomous, or poisonous enough to be fatal to humans.
One group of deadly insects that are responsible for numerous fatalities, however, is Hymenoptera, the order that includes bees, wasps, and ants. If you are unlucky enough to be one of the small percentage of people that have an anaphylactic allergic reaction, bee stings can in rare cases be fatal.
Number 4. Kissing bugs.
In 4th place are the deceptively friendly named kissing bugs. Members of the Triatomanae subfamily of insects, kissing bugs, are found mostly in the Americas, but also in smaller numbers in parts of Africa and Asia.
Like the other disease carriers on this list, they feed on vertebrate blood, and as such are primed to pass bacteria, viruses, and parasites between unfortunate food sources.
In this case, the disease agent of significance is the parasite Trypanosoma cruzi, which causes a nasty illness called Chagas disease. Chagas disease infects about 6 to 7 million people globally and causes approximately 10,000 deaths per year. Number 3.
Fleas. When we are talking about deadly insects that are carriers of sickness and death, We mustn't forget the humble flea, perhaps the most famous historical example of a disease vector.
In transmitting the bubonic plague from infected rodents to humans, fleas were responsible for killing more than 25 million people in 14th century Europe. Number 2.
Tsetse fly.
In second place on the deadliest insect list is the tsetse fly, another tiny animal with a history making significance. It has been implicated in inhibiting human settlement in vast swaths of Africa and slowing the march of European colonialism into the continent. This is because it carries a deadly disease called sleeping sickness. Like malaria, it is transmitted by a bite and caused by a single-celled parasite. Symptoms involve fever, severe headaches, seizures, and disruption of the sleep cycle, hence the name, and without treatment, it is often fatal. Number 1.
Mosquito.
The title of deadliest insect in the world goes to the mosquito, which probably is no surprise. It may be a small animal, but it has a gigantic impact.
Not only are mosquitoes responsible for more human fatalities a year than any other animal, including ourselves, but their effects have shaped human history, precipitating the rise and fall of colonies and empires.